I was born in Compton, so like my mama and daddy, like my whole family, like they like from Compton, like all of them from Compton, like out of the Monas, the Mona Parks, the Carver Parks, you know what I'm saying, the Bonnie Hanna Watts and the PJ Watts. Those four areas, that's like my family is divided up between those four areas. So I moved over here though, like the early '90s. When I first moved up over here, I was staying on 92nd and Halldale, staying on 92nd and Halldale in my community. Then later on, I moved to 79th and Normandy, where Pepperdine was. You know what I'm saying? So before I moved there, it was Pepperdine. You know what I'm saying? They knocked Pepperdine down. I guess it was like a big field for a long time. They called it the dugouts, and then some apartment buildings got built right there. So then we moved up in there, and so I was from over there, from them apartments on 79th and Normandy to 119th and Willowbrook, and that whole area in Compton. Like I was like, that's where my time was divided up in between. So I had started out originally at Martin Luther King Elementary. That's in the Mona Parks, right next door to Mona Park. And then from there, I started going to LaSalle Elementary. I started going to LaSalle, like the kindergarten, first grade kindergarten. And then I went there up to fourth grade. And then from there, I got kicked out, fourth grade, out of LaSalle for a little incident. You know what I'm saying? We had our little school back and forth, you know what I'm saying? You know, we called ourselves the, you know what I'm saying, like the little rough kids, the little bullies at school. So we had like a little dude named Glenn that was like the teacher's pet, you know what I'm saying, that nobody in the classroom liked him. So we caught him in the bathroom one day, you know, me and my little counterparts, you know, call ourselves scrubbing him, call ourselves putting his head in like the little urinal or whatever. So as we in there, you know what I'm saying, doing him up, the janitor walk up in there, everybody, all the kids get to scattering and running out, man. I'm the last one out, man. I get caught up, get expelled from the school. So LaSalle was right here on 87th and LaSalle. I went from there, I got transferred to Raymond Avenue, which is also in my community on 76 in Normandy.
Not too many kids get kicked out of elementary.
Yeah, man. For sure, hey. Yeah, he got me up out of there. Like, we seeing you in this office too much. Like, yeah, you gotta go. For sure, yep. I got kicked out of there in the fourth grade, transferred to Raymond. Then I went from Raymond from fourth to fifth grade and graduated.
Okay, so when you were at LaSalle Elementary, was the idea of ETG in your mind, or were you still too young and naive in the fourth grade?
Nah, that was in my mind because I got a brother that's my brother. So my brother, that's my mama got 6 kids. You feel me? 5 boys and 1 girl. So my brother, the brother I got, so it's 3 siblings that's older than me. 2 of the boys and the one girl. So the boy that's right above me, he was from Eight Tray Gangster. So I slept in the same bedroom as him. So just like, you know, him being a teenager and being like, you know, 3 to 4 years older than me, you know, probably going through his transition, trying to, you know, a teenager trying to be a man, trying to transition to manhood, you know, he ain't taking obvious to what's going on around him, and that, you know, he got a younger sibling that's in the room with him. And I'm like, you feel me, I'm oblivious to all this, everything that's going on, you feel me, to me coming in the bedroom or being in the bedroom nights, you know what I'm saying, waking up and, you feel me, bro in there sleep, probably, you know, high and drunk, you feel me, with pistols in the bed with him on his chest and stuff like that, you feel me, to me seeing notebooks hit up, you know, with Eight Tray Gangsters and all type of stuff. So like, I definitely knew what was going on and had an understanding. And it's even safe to say, like, shit, I was at school, like a lot of people would tell you, like I was at school, like young then, you know, like saying Eight Tray, you know, even though I wasn't from there, you feel me, I was a kid, but I definitely was banging it though, for sure.
When you was in that bedroom with your older brother, did you ever ask him, hey, what is that about? What are you a part of? Did he ever tell you? Was there a conversation, or you were just observing?
No, just observing, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's safe enough to say, like, when you 8 or 9 years old, like, you understand your surroundings and what's going on. You know, you gotta understand, just even today, children younger than that, you know, I'll just be amazed, like, by my daughter, you feel me, like, her being 2 years old, you know, her understanding her understanding this, you know what I'm saying, for life and like in her manipulative ways as a child and know that she being manipulative. So you got to understand at 8 or 9, like I definitely knew what was going on, like to where I didn't even have to ask no questions like what's this? I knew not to ask no questions, but you know, you giving me ideas, you feel me? And so just like when you got older brothers and this is what you right up under, you know, these, you know, your older brothers, they like your older brothers and parents, those are the first people that are like your role models. So you feel me? Like me seeing this, like, and me becoming accustomed to this is like becoming like this is all right. So it's like I know it's wrong, but at the same time, like, you know, you my older brother, you doing it like shit. If it ain't good for you, you know what I'm saying? Shit, how like how it ain't good for me, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I definitely had the understanding of what was going on at that age for sure.
So when you got over to Raymond Elementary, what's that, 5th grade now? What is your mindset at that point?
You know, still like, you know, regular stuff, you know, you know, although, you know, I was around that environment, you know, and stuff like that. Like I had both parents in the home, so just like I ain't come from no broken home like that. But like I said, you know, my father was from the streets. You know, my mother, she was of the streets, but wasn't a street person. You feel me? But her siblings and stuff like that was in the streets. I got brothers in the streets, so it's like I had a regular childhood, played sports. You know, did everything a child did. You know, from playing sports, you know, riding bikes, riding dirt bikes, go-karts, you know, to occasionally, you know, coming up in my childhood, we used to like to steal dogs a lot, to, you know, going around the, you know, neighborhoods looking to see what yard had these puppy pit bulls we can steal, you know what I'm saying, to model car hopping, lowrider hopping, you know what I'm saying? You know, we used to do that a lot, you know, build the model cars, the little frames, you know what I'm saying? Make the little handlebars out of the hangers, go to the Slauson swap meet, get the D's, Ford, Johnson Motors, flip cars. So, you know, that was my mind state back then, although, you know, like I said, all that was still entwined to what was going on and the game banging around me and just the environment that I was in.
So at this point in the 5th and 6th grade, were your 2 older brothers already both Eight Tray, or only just one of them?
Only one of them. My older brother on top of him, my mama oldest child, he from up Carver Park. He from out of Compton. So, you know, most of his childhood before we moved to the west side was in Compton. So by the time we moved to over here, was of age, you know what I'm saying, he was already like, you know, he's from Carver Park. He was already from a Compton hood by the time we moved over here. So it was just, you know, the sibling above me.
And your dad was from Compton also?
Yeah, my dad out of the Carver Parks as well,
Okay, so your dad and your oldest brother are from the same section.
Yeah.
And then your older brother above you was the first one to venture off into ETG.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
When your older brother from the section started to see you paying a lot of attention, what was the first things he started to tell you about the street and the neighborhood?
He really never he never really like told me nothing, but so it'd be situations like this. So like my brother, like he was in and out of jail like a lot of my childhood, like getting in trouble, like, you know what I'm saying, getting caught with guns, you know what I'm saying, going down for G rides, you know what I'm saying, and just, you know, coming along, you know what I'm saying, trying to capture his reputation, you know what I'm saying. He was in and out of jail a lot. So the times that he was around, you know, I used to be trying to hang around, you know what I'm saying? He'd try to make me like get away and stuff like that. And, you know, I used to challenge him, you feel me? Like, you know, I wasn't never scared of him, you feel me? Anything like that, to where like, you know, he'd try to push me to go on, you know, I'd take off on him, you know what I'm saying? You know, he'd beat me up, it'd be situations like that. But, you know, he used to try to steer me away, like from like being around him and hanging around his crowd, you know, when I was trying to be around and hang around people that was older than me and stuff like that though. But we ain't never had no conversation to where he just ever set me down like, hey, look, no, you can't be from the set and it's gonna be this and that. It was just like more like the big brother wrong, like, man, like get away from me, like, man, you a kid, like go on play, you feel me?